메디칼그룹 장학금 시상식에 제2회 센터 메디칼그룹 장학금 시상식에 와주신 거 모두 환영합니다. 지금 파킹 때문에 들어오실 분들이 학생분들도 못 오신다고 해서 조금 지연이 됐어요. 근데 이제 곧 이제 들어오시겠죠. 지금 anyway, welcome all of you in second annual Center Foundation Scholarship Award Ceremony. 아직 자리가 조금 비어 있는데 그냥 시작하겠습니다. 먼저 센터 메디칼 그룹 CEO이신 닥터 변성래 선생님께서 웰컴 스피치를 해주시겠습니다. Dr. Byun from our Center Medical Group CEO is going to start his welcoming speech now. Welcome everybody.
안녕하세요. 저 센터 메디칼 그룹 IPA CEO를 있는 변성래라고 합니다. 2019년 센터 메디칼 그룹 IPA 장학생으로 선발되신 54명의 학생 여러분을 진심으로 축하합니다. 본격적으로 여름이 시작되고 방학이 시작되는 이 아름다운 계절에 센터 메디칼 그룹 장학금을 수여식을 진행하게 된 것을 기쁘게 생각합니다. 바쁘신 중에도 우리의 인재 양성에 관심을 가지시고 이 자리에 함께하신 모든 가족과 네 분 여러분께 먼저 감사의 말씀을 드립니다. 그리고 열심히 노력하고 공부하여 이 자리에 오신 장학생 여러분께도 진심으로 축하의 말씀을 드립니다. 장학생으로 선발되신 여러분, 오늘 이 자리가 여러분의 찬사를 받는 자리로만 그친 것이 아니라 오히려 보다 더 큰 도전을 향해 각오를 새롭게 하고 꿈을 키우는 소중한 전환점이 되기를 바랍니다. 축하와 격려를 위해 이 자리에 함께 오신 네 분과 가족 여러분께도 장학생 모두가 자신의 꿈과 포부를 이루어갈 수 있도록 끝까지 성원을 다해 주시기 바랍니다. 다시 한번 오늘 이 영광스러운 자리에 선 장학생과 가족 모두에게 진심으로 축하 인사를 드리며 여러분도 앞날의 무한한 성취와 발전이 함께 하시기를 진심으로 바랍니다. 감사합니다.
감사합니다. 오늘은 특별히 스페셜 게스트이시고 우리가 전 한국 총영사이시고 지금 변호사이신 김재수님의 우리의 축사가 있겠습니다. Today we have a special guest speaker, a former Korean Consul General and Attorney, Mr. Jae-soo Kim. Please welcome him.
여러분 반갑습니다. 오늘 영어로 좀 한 15분 내지 20분 말씀해달라고 제가 얘기해서 조금 영어로 좀 앞으로 하겠습니다. 혹시 영어가 좀 불편하신 분이 계시면 제가 또 우리말도 좀 하겠습니다. My name is Jae-soo Kim. I used to be a consul general in LA from 2008 to I believe it was 2011. Time flies. I'm a licensed attorney at this time. I don't know if you noticed that my name is Jae-soo Kim, right? When I was going to school, law school, a friend of mine was kidding me. He said, Jay is suing Kim. That's your name. So you have to, you are in the right place. So Jae-soo Kim. I didn't realize that until a friend of mine was kidding me at that time, but that's my name. I was born in South Korea. Came to the state back in 1981, right after I finished my college in South Korea, right? And my major was political science at that time, and I was studying political science for a while. I had a master in political science, and I went to Washington, D.C., and I was taking international relations course for 2 semesters, right? And then I decided to study law. And there's a reason why I'm telling you this. At that time, I really wanted to finish my school as soon as possible. I was thinking that the time that I spent in Washington, D.C. was a complete waste of time. But when I finished my school, and later when I started involving in community and Korean politics, I realized I met the important person in Washington, D.C. So instead of wasting time, it was a really wonderful investment, except I didn't know I was making investment at that time. And after I finished my school, I became an attorney in 1988. I finished my school in 87. And then I couldn't get a job. So at that time, we didn't have a lot of Korean-speaking attorney at the time. And after I finished my school, I didn't really have any experience at the time. So it was not easy to get a job. So I started contacting every law firm in Los Angeles, handling any Korean client, right? I was not looking for opening. I just contact them and to find out if they have an opening. And I found a place. So I got a job there. And I didn't really have a lot of experience, but they gave me 300 files to handle. So, but instead of complaining, I tried to do what I can do, right? And then I got a second job, and they didn't believe me. I was handling 300 files at the time, by the way. So my second job, they gave me files, but I had to spend a lot of time. So almost every Saturday, I had to work. I was not getting paid, but I had to work in order to properly handle my case. And I was making more money because you know that if I handle a lot of cases and if I produce a lot of money for the office, they agreed to pay me more and more. So I was making enough money to purchase a house. My first house that I bought was in 1989. And then I moved to Orange County later, and I was working a lawyer in Orange County, and then I started involving in a community and politics. So I got to know people, and then I handled one case involving a Korean president at the time. So that gave me a chance, and I was not making a lot of money, right? But it was giving me a chance, and then I began to be involved in handling another legal litigation. And I was appointed Consul General. So the reason why I'm telling you this is not because I want to tell you my background, but I'm trying to tell you some of the principles that I learned from my life. Now, the principle, the way to become successful, in my opinion, I can summarize into three different things. One, I call that faith. You have to have a faith. You know you can be successful. You know you have a dream, and you know you have a vision. Most people think that it's going to be impossible to achieve your dream, but you have to have a faith. You know you can do it. And that's number one. Number two, I call that loyal love, or actually I got this term from the Bible. The term that they use is hesed. Hesed is a Hebrew term for to describe loyalty or love. How many of you heard about the term hesed in your life? The term hesed means a stork. You know what stork is? Stork is a bird, a big bird, right? Stork being faithful to their parent and to their children. When you have a fire, in order to protect their family, they're not going to escape. Okay, they will just burn to death. That's what they said how stork behave, and stork keeps their promise. They come back to their town in time. So I call that faithful love, or you have to stick to your principle. Sometimes you think that you are losing a lot of money, or sometimes you think that you are losing opportunity, but if you stick to your principle and to your family and to community, chances are you're not going to get paid later. You don't see how you're going to get paid, but eventually you get paid. And another principle, I call that complete. You have to be persistent. You have to go all the way, following your path. So I call that a three different principle to become successful. Even now, I have a faith. I know I can do something. I have a dream. Okay, I don't know how to achieve my dream, but somehow I know I can do it. I don't know the path, but eventually I'll go there. And in order to go there, you have to stick to your principle. Okay, you have to loyal to your principle, and there's things that you just have to. It's very important to you, and you just have to keep your principle. And number 3, you have to be persistent. You have to go all the way. You just have to devote it to your principle. So I call that's the 3rd principle to become successful. I'm not sure whether that's going to apply to everybody, but that was the lesson that I learned in my life. And I'm hoping that maybe some of you can learn from my prior experience. And so that's the message I would. And because I'm a medical student, and I'm not really familiar with it, I don't really know much about it, but I know that you are going to be a valuable contribution to the community. I know, okay? And just, I hope all of you will have a good success. And again, I want to congratulate you for being an outstanding student, for having a big dream, and doing your best. Thank you.
다음은 2018년 작년에 장학금을 받은 김민희 학생의 스피치가 있겠습니다. Next, we have a speech from last year awardee Minhee Kim.
Hi, good afternoon, guys. Can I get a smile? Everyone looks very serious right now, and these people who has prepared today's event and for your scholarships, they are looking straight at you, so a smile would always be helpful. First of all, thank you for the wonderful lesson that you taught us, and it is truly an honor to be here in front of all of you this afternoon to give this speech and meet all of you and to be able to share what I want to share today. So I am Min Kim, first of all. I'm graduating senior this year from UCLA, currently employed at Sony for the past 3 years. And most importantly, I was a scholarship recipient last year. So I'm here to meet you guys. So first of all, I want to say thank you, and thank you to Mrs. Kang, Mrs. An, and Mr. Park, and all the people that I can't name right now, and all the Center IPA Scholarship Committee for inviting me again this year to share my story with you guys. So, okay, why try? Los Angeles, Koreatown is home for many young Koreans like you guys and I, having immigrated to United States in search of the American dream, but yet never achieving it. We can obtain rooms, cars, and ample food. Younger adults without degrees can easily find employment. However, the jobs are dispensable and people pretty much replaceable. In this socioeconomic system, most of us make the mistake of exchanging our lives for our precious time and our lives for money. Many young women live to climb the social ladder, and many young men flaunt their easily earned money to attract those women. Their lives beg the question, why try? Their success tempts many people, and their attempts to make easy way out tempts me and many people. But I believe that everyone deserves to feel irreplaceable, feel wanted and needed in the place they arrive. I have yet to find my place, but I will keep on trying, and higher education is my map. We can't always control what comes to us, but we can control what goes through us. What I've learned is that people often set their own boundaries of limitation based on what they learn, what they see, and what their parents go through. And basically the surrounding influences they're given. We are very easily influenced by what we see, and we set our limits and our goals only up to that level. I see youth on social networks like Facebook and Insta, I know you all have it, and cafes of Koreatown, they're just wandering aimlessly. I know first-handedly how often these youth are stumped by the immobility of this structure in the Koreatown. Teens with varied promises turn away to minimum wage jobs and into the vicious cycle of wasted time without proper role models and systematic support. Most unsettling part of it is the loss of youth's willingness due to their unsuccessful past attempts in the fields of academia and career encountered by financial, legal, and societal difficulties. Without the help from the community leaders, like the committee members of the Center IPA Scholarship Foundation, my search too would have ended years back. Going to church brought new hopes in my life, which held me and led me to keep on trying. I have had moments when I wanted to give up on striving forward, striving to achieve a little bit more. But my living hope, Jesus, led me to higher education, to UCLA, which helped me to identify the socioeconomic shackles oppressing my life from achieving the best I could. It offered an alternative road than the roads that I see every day in Koreatown, to search for my own place in this world and break my chains off. Looking back at my 4 years at UCLA, my happiest moment in school was not when I was named top honor student out of 300, not when I was employed 3 years ago in my second year at 3 years ago at Sony Pictures. I know the Spider-Man and MIB is coming. But it was actually when I was passing out a flyer on campus walk, inviting friends to our Korean Christian Association at school and to church. It is so easy to often set your goals on small things. I'm trying to say, as Attorney Kim had said to you guys, that getting an A, getting a job, getting an internship, getting more money, getting into a relationship, not even that, is not the goal that you should have. But I'm saying not to do them or not to strive for them. Do them all, but set your goals on higher things and set your goals on the things that you don't really see in everyday life but are important. Only then you will be able to achieve more, and in doing so, influence other people to strive to achieve more. My pastors, Pastor Nicholas Lee and Pastor Kristen Lee at Eliori Community Church, always taught me that a good student gets A in the class, but a great student helps other students to get A and succeed in the class. Those members who have established this foundation could have spent their money and their fortune for themselves or for their family members. I know that they have family members. They could have spent it to use it to flourish their own lives, but instead they used it to flourish the lives of us, to give us hope, and to help us to achieve more and to encourage us. And we should really cherish that and take that today and learn from it and do the same for our future generation and community. Sometimes I ask myself, why try? I try because I know my footsteps will encourage more youth to venture on new paths of their own in finding their right places in the world. I aim my life to help those steps, just like the foundation had helped with all of our steps. I yearn to continue my journey and become one of the exemplary answers to the question, why try? Today I have come humbly to share this with you in hopes that you also will think of your life's journey ahead of you, to not just of your own, but a road you are venturing for those to come after you. From the deepest of my heart, I thank my Christ Jesus that this journey has led me here today in front of you, making me feel irreplaceable, wanted, and supported. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your experience with the Center IPA Center Foundation. And now we have a special performance for ceremony. 이제 장학금 행사를 위한 축가가 있겠는데요. 피아노에는 이영애님, 축가에는 이지훈님께서 수고해 주시겠습니다.
예, 오늘 장학금 받으시는 여러분들 축하하고 축복합니다. 예, 오늘 여러분들을 위해서 제가 준비한 곡은 이스라엘 민족들이 40년의 광야 생활을 하는 가운데도 그들의 목적지인 가나안 땅에 들어갔습니다. 그 과정에 굉장히 힘들었지만 그러나 그들이 그들의 한 목표를 다 이루고 거기에서 축복을 받은 것을 제가 노래로 여러분들에게 드리겠습니다. 여러분들이 가졌던 그 모든 목표가 다 이루어지시기를 기도합니다. 주님이 주신 땅으로 한 걸음씩 나아갈 때에 수많은 적들과 견고한 성이 나를 두렵게 하지만 주님을 신뢰함으로 주님을 의지함으로 주님이 주시는 담대함으로 큰 소리 외치며 나아가네. 이 산지를 내게 주소서. 그날에 주께서 말씀하신 이제 내가 주님의 이름으로 그 땅을 취하리니. 주님이 주신 땅으로 한 걸음씩 나아갈 때에 수많은 적들과 견고한 성이 나를 두렵게 하지만 주님을 신뢰함으로 주님을 의지함으로 주님이 주시는 담대함으로 큰 소리 외치며 나아가네. 이 산지를 내게 주소서. 그날에 주께서 말씀하신 이제 내가 주님의 이름으로 그 땅을 취하리니. 이 산지를 내게 주소서. 그날에 주께서 말씀하신 이제 내가 주님의 이름으로 그 땅을 취하리니.
감사합니다. 여러분께서도 다 목표를 다 이루시기 바랍니다. 다음에는 2019년 장학금 받는 학생들의 답사가 있겠습니다. Next, we have a speech from 2019 awardees. Michaela, on.
Hi everyone, nice to meet you all. First off, I'm going to start with a little introduction. My name is Michaela On. I'm a rising senior at the University of Southern California studying political science. My speech isn't that long, so please bear with me. I'm going to first start off with a quote. Anyone can give up. It's the easiest thing in the world to do. But to hold it together when everyone else would understand if you fell apart, that's true strength. I truly resonate with this quote because there have been moments in my academic career where I have felt overwhelmed, underappreciated, and been a victim of imposter syndrome. Attending the University of Southern California 3 years ago as a freshman, I was filled with dreams and aspirations of what my next 4 years would be like. However, that all changed when I took my first class in Calc 2. I am not sure if it was difficult adapting or moving to another state, but I could not, for the life of me, understand any math problems that I had. During this time, I felt isolated and alone. I would not participate in many clubs or organizations. I never had the courage to go up to my professors or seek any help from my advisors. I remember being afraid to talk to my friends or family about the struggles I was going through academically, since they expected so much from me, being the first in my family to pursue higher education. Unfortunately, to be honest, I ended up dropping that class during my first semester, but that's okay, because looking back on what I went through, I realized that my only regret was not reaching out to my support systems. If only I'd realized that I was not alone in my struggles, then maybe I would have been able to do things differently back then. However, one thing I do pride myself in was not giving up. It was not easy, but I finally began developing study habits and scheduling out time in my day dedicated to finishing my work and meeting deadlines. Trust me, this is way easier said than done. Creating this habit and sticking to it has been incredibly hard, and it is something that I believe is definitely underrated. Being consistent will bring success in your life. This holds true when I am consistent with my academic career or personal relationships. Rather than pulling all-nighters or barely getting any amount of sleep, I try to stay consistent with my studying and ration them out a week before the exam. With close friends and family, keeping them consistently updated on what I'm going through not only helps me, but it helps them better to understand how they can support me through adversity. Without them, I would not be able to be where I am today. When moments of fear take over my state of mind, I try to remember the hardships my father had to overcome to live his life here in America for his children. My father moved from South Korea to Laredo, Texas, where my brother and I lived out our childhood. We grew up in a city that borders Mexico. Because of this, I remember stories where my father would have a notebook and a pencil, and he would point out any object to a stranger and ask what that word meant in Spanish, and write them down to memorize the language. This was enough for my father to open his own business and provide for his 2 children. Whenever I have a rough day, or I'm not doing well in my classes, I remember back to stories like this and what my father has taught me. You do not need to be perfect or the best. You just need to try your best. Because of my father, I've learned that perfection doesn't exist. Somebody will always be better at what you do. Therefore, you do not need to be the best. All we have to do is not give up and to try. Because that in itself is true strength and an invaluable lesson that all our parents inherited to us. I want to thank the Center I Pay Foundation for providing us with this scholarship to further our education. For families like mine, these scholarships truly help us navigate the expenses of tuition and cost of living. I also want to thank my father for always being my #1 supporter. No matter how many times I struggle or fail, my father never waived his unconditional love and support. And for that, I am truly grateful to have a father that would move mountains for his children. 아빠 많이 사랑해요. Thank you.
다른 학생이 답사를 하겠습니다. 정미애 의원님.
Hi everyone, my name is Grace, and I'm currently in my last year of pharmacy school. Just to tell you about myself, I was born in Korea, but my family came to the States as missionaries to New Jersey. Unfortunately, we lost our visas and I became undocumented. Growing up, I felt restrained by my illegal status. Because I was undocumented, I could not pay for my college tuition in my sophomore year of pharmacy school, that I almost had to drop out. But at that difficult time, God spoke to me, Grace, do you trust me? I realized that I must completely trust in God no matter where He leads me. I will follow you, God, even if it means dropping out of pharmacy school. When I completely surrendered, He blessed me with scholarships more than I needed to continue in my journey. While I was a junior, President Trump was elected and he threatened to take away DACA, which protected illegal students like myself. I knew that there was no reason to study pharmacy anymore because I could not even work after graduation. But again, God said to keep going by faith, not by sight. Even though I could not see any possibility of becoming a pharmacist, I decided to remain in school and just keep studying by faith, believing that God will open the door. And 2 years later, New Jersey allowed DACA students to receive licensure for vocations including for pharmacists. As I continued my journey, because I loved working in the research lab, I wanted to apply for the PharmD PhD program. But I knew that this was impossible for various reasons, such as my low GPA and lack of research experience. However, the real barrier that stood in my way was my illegal status. Why on earth would they accept an undocumented student? But by faith, I challenged, believing that nothing is impossible with God. It took me 3 years to do research, studying for GREs, receiving 3 different recommendations to finally apply for the PharmD PhD program. When the advisor called me to share the results, she said that I was rejected due to my low GPA. I still remember that day, despairing not because of my rejection, but felt rejection from God. Closed doors, rejections, failures, I've had enough. I prayed, God, do you think my life is a joke? Well, it's not funny. It hurts a lot. I can't take this anymore. Why are you ruining my life? What have I done to deserve this? But at that moment, God spoke again. Grace, do you trust me? I'm doing a new thing. Do you not perceive it? I decided to trust that God loves me, even when I felt rejected by Him. By faith, I recycled my application to another PhD program, and I was accepted to the PharmD PhD program at last. Why am I telling you this, right? And why did I fly all the way from New Jersey to LA? I mean, I never want to go back, just saying. But of course, I want to thank my donors at Center for IPA, but also wanted to encourage at least one person in this room. I prayed for you this morning, that no matter how many challenges, barriers, roadblocks that you face, that you keep going by faith, not by what you see. Even when all you see in your life is failure after failure, rejection after rejection, you fix your eyes on God, not by what you see. All of my life, when I faced the impossible, God asked me again and again, Grace, do you trust me? Yes, Lord, I trust you, because you're worthy of my life, and because you're worthy of my trust. Thank you.
감사합니다. 여러분들이 기다리고 계시고 다음은 2019년 장학금 받는 학생들의 장학금 시상식이 있겠습니다. This is a time for award distribution. So I'm gonna call the name, and you have to show up on the call here. Okay. Abraham Kevin Kim. Angela Kim. 캐리어, 크리스티나 신, 다정킴, 대은양, 데니 성주강, 레브라리, 에리카 지영신, 에스터, 은지 박, 그레이스 지혜 킴, 헤다사 킴, 헬리, 해응선, 임희조, 이반 바스티사, 최원정, 주익리, 전현재, 준인, 조이스 리, 저스틴 자, 로이스 킴, 미켈라 안, 은지 킴. 나영 킴. 레이첼 왕. 레베카 한. 샘물. 샘물리. 세라 은지 킴. 세라 연수 킴. 성아 킴. 승윤초이. 샤인 한빛 킴. 소리 박. 수진리. 성휘리. 성혁전. 태윤킴. 빅토리아 왕. 한.
제가 어렵게 공부를 하고 또 미국 와서 이제 가난한 집안에 태어나서 공부할 수 없는 여건이었지만은 미국 와서 또 이렇게 저는 의과대학을 미국에서 졸업을 했습니다. 그리고 또 내과 의사가 됐는데 그것이 정말 힘들고 어려운 과정을 통해서 이루신 그 하나님께 감사하고 또 이 사람들이 꿈나무로서 저들의 꿈을 실현하고 이 땅에서 참 그 영향력을 끼치는 그런 사람들이 될 거라 하는 그런 생각을 하니까 정말 남다른 그런 감회가 있고 가슴이 뜨겁고 내가 고생했던 그러한 그 과정들이 생각나고 그래서 이 사람들이 이 땅에서 다 성공하기를 바라는 마음이 간절해서 그렇게 참 감회가 참 깊습니다. 예.
올해가 몇 회째세요?
2회, 2회입니다. 예. 예.
작년하고 올해 두 번째 하십니다.
예, 두 번째입니다. 예.
연인은 오늘
54명입니다. 예. 작년에는 73명이었습니다. 근데 올해는 이제 그 학생들이 직접 여기 참석을 해야 이제 장학금을 수여하도록 했기 때문에 조금 숫자가 줄어들었습니다. 작년에 이제 부모님들도 그렇게 했는데 그래서 방학 때를 기해 가지고 우리가 했어요. 그래서 학생들이 다 100% 참석을 했습니다. 예, 고맙습니다. 예, 고맙습니다.